so you can reach the outside world. When I say you can reach the outside world when you're off grid, I can send emails on ham radio. I can make phone calls on ham radio. I can send text messages on ham radio, all through radio frequency without any internet, without any cell phone coverage, and that's pretty cool. Hey, welcome to another edition of Dirt Road Reset. My name is Chad. Thanks for joining me. If you haven't already, check out our past videos. We do a lot of bushcraft, tent camping, backpacking, lots of cool stuff. With emphasis, and the whole mantra, for lack of a better term, of the channel is, if you or someone you know is suffering from any sort of mental disability, depression, postpartum depression, suicidal thoughts, addiction, anything like that, get them outdoors, man. And if it's you that's dealing with this, get some help. There's no shame in that. So that aside, hit that like button down below, subscribe, thumbs up, comment down below. We're doing a really cool thing right now where over the next 10 videos or so, I'm going to be giving out some swag, stickers, maybe some shirts to just random people that are commenting in the comment section right down below. I'd really appreciate it. It goes a long way. So with that said, we're doing something a little different this time. Actually, I would go as far as to say I'm a little out of my element, because my way of camping is with just the truck tent or just the backpacking tent and keeping it simplistic, being bare minimalist when it comes to camping. This trip's way different, like polar opposites of that. Once a year, I get together with a group of guys that I've been friends with for a long time, and this group is focused on ham radio, also known as amateur radio. And when you think of ham radio, if you even know what that is, look it up. I'll put a link down below right here on everything you need to know about ham radio. But you might already know a little bit about it, and you're probably picturing an old guy sitting around some dials and knobs and whatnot in the basement of a home, and some tubes glowing and stuff like that, with a big antenna outside the house. That still exists, but there's a big facet of ham radio that is still very relevant to today's society and technology, despite satellite communications, despite the internet, despite cell phones. And don't get me wrong, those have definitely taken a big hit on ham radio, but it does have a purpose, especially when it comes to camping. That was the worst MRE I've had to date. The meatballs and marinara were decent. I actually enjoyed that part. But the Italian breadsticks are terrible, always. I mean, they suck. The garlic mashed potatoes, terrible. And I had high hopes for that one. I was really disappointed. I thought those would be good. The beef stick is hit or miss. I mean, sometimes they're good. This one was not so good. And the jalapeno cheese spread, that never disappoints. That's always good. So you keep that around for for whatever else you got around the camp. So that's always good. The orange drink, good. But overall, big disappointment on the meatballs and marinara MRE. But we still got a couple more in there, and I even brought a steak. Hell hath frozeth over. I tell you what, bringing a steak on a camping trip. Man, it's beautiful out here. This area is one of the few areas left in the north central area of Arizona that hasn't been exclusively logged. And a lot of these forests are old. These are primarily gamble oak, quaking varieties. You know, you got aspen, birch. And in this particular area, we got blue spruce and ponderosa pine. Cool thing about ponderosa pines, or not cool, depending on how you look at it, most pine trees are edible. The needles, you can make tea out of them. The bark you can eat. Or not the bark, correction. The inner wood you can eat. Pine cone seeds. Ponderosa pine trees are one of the only species of pine trees that you cannot eat. They are poisonous. Don't try that at home. Put it in the comments if I'm wrong. This is what I've been told from every person that's well versed on the subject. But yeah, we're not gonna be eating any pine trees on this trip. So I was hiking back this way a couple weeks ago, and I came across something really stinking cool. Some old Forest Service logging cabins, and look like, I mean, they go back to the 30s and 40s. And this is what I love. These are like the cool things about hiking, right? Is you come across certain things that, for all you know, you could be the first person that stumbled upon it, and God knows how long. And truth be told, I'd much rather stumble across something like that than, you know, a bear. But yeah, check this out. Well, I tell you what, when you're out in the great outdoors like this, kind of puts things into check, you know. You realize what you should be grateful for, you know, and in light of all the stuff that's going on right now, with COVID and the protests and the riots. Despite all that, we do have a lot to be thankful for. And things could be worse. And on that same note, I think they're going to get better.